Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Torrence and today I wanted to talk to you about 5 unpopular opinions that I personally have in the makeup world. Everyone has their own preferences and styles when it comes to their makeup, and many times when you do it, you realize the rest of the world is not on board with that. And I really feel that way about a lot of things, but today I only wanted to talk to you about a few of those. If you would like more videos like this, make sure you leave a comment down below. Also, if you would like any information on the makeup that I'm wearing, I did a full tutorial on this eye look, and I'll make sure I leave that video linked right here. But I want to go ahead and jump into this video. These are just for my personal taste and my makeup routine. But every time I say it out loud amongst my family and friends, it seems like I'm the only one who feels that way. But I'm going to share these views with you all and let me know if you all have them. Normally, when content creators do a video like this, they like to put a disclaimer out there, so here's mine. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing up, I ain't trying to ruffle no feathers, but this is just my belief. And that is, pastel eyeshadows just don't do it. I don't know. I understand a lot of people like a little soft wash of color. They like the little pastel, but no. No. I don't care about a pastel eyeshadow. If for any reason I ever do a pastel eyeshadow look, it's for y'all. Pastels don't do it for me. As you can even see here, this is a bold, bright look, but for me, this blue is even a little bit on the lighter side, and that's just not for me. I created this palette inspired by someone else's eyeshadow look, and they were the ones who used these top 4 shades here. But as you can see, the ones I added are dark jewel tones. I have hooded eyes, so I like deep crease shades, and a pastel anything just won't suit my crease. So as far as I'm concerned, pastels can go. Another palette that I created is this one here. This is my custom Makeup Geek Matrix palette, and as you can see, these are dark shades. Most of these shades, if not all of them, can fit into my crease just fine. I don't mind taking a separate brush and blending that out, but trying to build and blend a pastel color just doesn't do it for me. And if you would like to know what shades are included in this palette, I'll make sure I leave that video linked right here. Next up for number 2, since we're already talking about eyeshadows, I'm gonna stick with that. I don't care nothing about a blue eyeshadow. A blue eyeshadow just is like, with some oranges, I can usually blend that in with a brown, a red, or a yellow. With blues, if I don't have a yellow or green on that, and usually green is hard to pull it off with it. Usually I need that yellow to turn it into a green. I just don't care. I've tried, and although I have some beautiful ones, blues could just disappear and it wouldn't hurt my feelings, honey. They just don't matter to me. And I have a few blue eyeshadow palettes here that I absolutely love just because of the quality and just to make sure I have some in my collection. But most blues, I really just, One of them is this one here, the Huda Beauty Sapphire palette. I honestly got this one just because I have all of the Huda gemstone palettes, and with Sapphire being my birthstone, it's the reason I like it. And when I think of a sapphire, I think of a really dark jewel tone blue. A light pastel-y one just doesn't do it. And this palette was even more beautiful simply because they have this blue shade here that can almost dupe for a black. They have these two here that have a very strong green undertone, as well as this yellow. Those 3 together made this a winning combo, and maybe go ahead and pick this one up. Got another blue palette here. This one is from MAC Cosmetics. This was with their collab with Chromat. I believe it's called the Chromat Babe Super Pack. Now you see blue and orange. No. I was gonna go right past that. I didn't want to see it. I didn't care. But then they gave me a blue brown and a black, and I was like, ooh. Hold on, Mac. You know y'all make my favorite blue brown, so hold on. I just might have to check that out. And then they put Lena Bloom on the Chromat Runway. And I love me some Lena Bloom. So just to support her, I went and got this palette and I named this after her. So this is considered my Lena palette and I'm never going to get rid of it. And I love that little corset-like design right there. Make it look like it's a snatched waist. And because Lena is snatched, I go ahead and keep this one. The next blue palette, just to have it in my collection, the Melt Blueprint stack. And I got this one in the limited edition blue packaging. They are discontinuing this palette, so it's on sale on Sephora at $25 right now. And I like this because it's half blue, half neutral, so I don't have to feel as if I'm overwhelmed. And it has 4 different colors. They're all split stacks. So you have a light blue, which, because it's duochrome, it was like, okay, I see you. And we have a dark jewel tone blue, so I'm like, we might be able to work with that. Then we have an even deeper blue and a matte deep blue instead of a pastel. So I'm like, ooh, 4 blues and only one of them pastel. We might be able to get at a tri-melt. Then the other 2, we have browns. And although many people was upset that they put so many browns in this blue palette, it was because of those browns I was willing to go ahead and get it. And another one, an even darker brown, a matte. So to me, this is my way of incorporating a little blue from a formula I absolutely love. But even so, she don't get much love around here. And my ultimate blue palette I carry with me just to make sure I have some form of blue. But once again, it's something truly neglected in my collection. The Norvina Volume 2 palette. She's absolutely beautiful. The packaging here, and when you get inside, you see this is a ton of blues. It is so many different shades of blue. I truly don't think I'm gonna ever need to buy another blue palette, but the main reason I got it, we got ourselves a matte black, and we have more than one type of yellow. We have this bold bright one here, as well as this one here that has a green undertone. So to know, instead of using this as a blue palette, I more than likely mix those shades and use this as my custom green palette. And like I said, if this would have just been all blues without those 2 yellows, she'd have never came home with me. Actually, let me stop lying. I am an ABH collector, so I would have probably got it, but I would have waited on it to go on sale. But just blue by itself, honey. Every time I look at this, all I think of which one of those yellows am I gonna mix it with. So if you like blues, honey, congratulations for you, but I don't care nothing about them. Next up, once again, my personal opinion, but bronzers are overrated. They're just overrated. When I first got into makeup, I truly understood why people like them so much. But for me, I'm the type of person who, I'm doing a full face, I'm gonna contour and everything, and if I have the right shade foundation and I'm contouring, usually don't find the need for a bronzer. I used to wear bronzer light because many times I found that foundations were either too light or too dark, and if I couldn't afford to buy both, I would just buy the lighter shade and wear a bronzer on top. But because that's no longer the issue, I didn't care about a bronzer. Nope, I don't plan on buying one, and I realized my distaste for bronzers was real when Rihanna dropped those cream bronzers. I didn't give them a second look. I didn't care. I don't see anybody dropping a bronzer right now and I go, oh yeah, I got to have. No, I don't. I don't want it. Nope. I have plenty of bronzers right here. The one that has been truly used the absolute most, like she was just dragged through the dirt in my collection. Let me see where she go. Oh yeah, here she go. Marnard's Casino Bronzer, the one that's in the Baked Gelée formula, not the normal one. Look at that. You can see I got serious pan on this bad baby because I used to go ham with the bronzer. But after I was able to afford to either buy the right shade or mix two to get the right shade, haven't been back to her. Before that, I remember my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is in the old school packaging, so you know how long I done had this one. She was the same way. I used to absolutely love bronzer, but now it just seems like an unnecessary step to take. And it's just not necessary. Like, which one? Oh, the original Casino bronzer. Never hit pan on it because to me it had floating glitters in it. And although it could be pretty, this was one that could go too far very easily. So I don't use that anymore. I think the bronzer I used most recently was this one here in Tan Lines by Lorac. And I haven't even used this enough to get past the decal that's embossed on top. The part up here is gone, but the whole thing, nope. This sits right here on the table on the side of me. And I think over the past year, I may have reached for it twice. Probably knocked it over about 4 or 5 times, but I just don't need it. I don't care about a bronzer. I'm not buying no more. I hardly see me using anymore. And with as many as I have right here in this little drawer, this is my little bronzer drawer, I don't need any more. I'm good. Next up, number 4 on the list, my unpopular opinion. Lashes are overrated and too much work. To me, anytime I see somebody do a look and they're doing their eyeshadow, everything is pretty. It seems like that last little bit looks like a glass slipper when they just pop that lash on, boop, and it just takes it over the top. It just looks so beautiful on everyone else. Even when I was freestyling, I think 99% of my clients wore lashes. So I truly get it and I understand it. But as someone who has really long, thick, full lashes, right now I'm just wearing a $5 mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. This has, look at that. This to me has my lashes popping. They look big, they look full, everything's good. And for $5 to me, that's doing more than enough. And don't let me pull out my Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. She might be $25, but she take them to like, bam, like full-blown twiggy lashes. So with that being said, the idea of taking the extra time, energy, effort, and money to put on lash strips, I'd be sitting back like, you're gonna have to keep track of those all day. You're gonna have to watch the wind with those. It's gonna be trouble trying to get that glue off your lashes. And oh, don't even get me started on the lash glue. Every lash glue I've ever tried is either so weak the lashes come off or so strong that I'm taking glue out of my lashes 2-3 days later. And trust me, I have an amazing skincare routine. So I know how to get it off, but with my lashes being so thick, if that glue gets down to the base, I just got to wait for it to grow out, or I just have to go in cleansing every single day for 2-3 days to get it all out. And it's just not worth it to me. And I have all type of lashes. I'm talking drugstore, from my Ardell Demi Wispies to my Ardell Double Wispies. Keep these on deck. I have good 5-6 pair of these on me at all times. And actually, this is my little tray of lashes that I've worn over the past year. Normally, I would have a pair of Demi Wispies on the top, but I finally went through those. They broke finally, and I threw them away. And I have other pairs here that I normally wear. And literally, over the past year, if not year and a half, these are the only ones that I've needed. Because I just truly hate putting in the time to put them on. We got mink lashes, starting on the high end, Lily lashes. These Miamis. I bought these Christmas last year towards my niece's birthday party. Pandemic ruined that, and I knew I wasn't about to put on a pair of lashes just for a Zoom call. My favorites, the Dohas. Used up my last pair, never even opened this pair, don't really have any intentions on doing it. On the more affordable end for mink lashes, I have Eyeshine Lash Connoisseur. These are shine bright like a diamonds. Absolutely love how big and dramatic these are. And for high-end synthetic ones, I still have my MAC Mariah Carey ones. Never even opened them. I bought extras to make sure I could use and try them. But it's like, Torrence, even with these, you're not going to feel as glamorous as Mariah Carey, but It ain't even a Mariah Carey thing. On her birthday, I knew I should have worn them, but it was like, I put on the eyeshadow, but these, girl, no. I don't have the time, energy, or effort to deal with lashes. God blessed me with some, so we're going to try to get more into them just because we on YouTube, but yeah, lashes, they can go by. Last but not least, the one I think may get the most controversy. Every single time I've done my makeup, I've baked. Because I believe baking is life. All of y'all with dry skin, all of y'all who don't like a heavy look, honey, I get you. I've once had an allergic reaction to something, face broke out, it was peeling and flaking like crazy, and I avoided it like the plague. You couldn't get me to touch makeup or powder. But in my normal state, this texture palette here, these large pores in oil, you ain't getting me off my powder. I love baking powder, all types of powder, honey, I'm telling you. NARS loose powder, you can give me one of those. Laura Mercier translucent powders, minis and full size, baby. Give me those. You can't tell me nothing about a loose powder. What's some more loose powder I love? Oh, you got a powder that ain't got enough yellow in it? Sasha Buttercup got you covered, honey. I love this. I keep one of these. This is a full one. That's because I'm about to run out of this one. I'm never gonna be without my Sasha. Don't know what your client's skin complexion gonna look like before you meet them? Take your RC Made No Color powder. She works on everybody's skin tone, honey. And most people have a jar that's always full, you can see. I've been using her over the years because I bake every day. Want to do a live performance or something, you're gonna be out all day? Get your midnight powder, honey. These were made for performance and for stage makeup, so it don't matter what you're doing, she's not gonna break down or let you down. Want a subtle, natural beauty look, honey? You want an everyday look? You ain't here for all the drama and all that? Get you some Fenty Beauty, honey. The packaging is beautiful, and you know Rihanna stay looking flawless, honey, so if you try her stuff, you're gonna be looking the same. And I'm someone who loves powder so much, I still have the old Guerlain powders. They came out with this packaging, it was what everybody talked about. You didn't know makeup unless you had these. And when I tell you, the moment I opened it up, I thought it was so beautiful. I'm like, oh, and then I said, this thing smelled like somebody just took you and shoved your face in an old lady's purse and her bottle of perfume was broke at the bottom of the bag. Because I'm telling you, the smell of this powder is so strong, I think I may have tried it twice, but because I love powder so much, I refuse to get rid of it. And they shrunk the container of this, so I'm gonna keep this just because I got the larger one. But baby, ooh. I need Guerlain to come out with a fragrance-free version of this because this is so strong, I'm never gonna try it. But I love powder so much, I'm never gonna get rid of it. Pressed powders, Lorac, I don't even think they sell these no more, but I know I got it in about 3 or 4 colors because I love powders. I love baking, and you can bake with a pressed powder. You just get you a nice fat brush, you swirl it around, press, 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 keep it moving. High end. Hourglass, ambient lighting powder. Every day don't have to be a matte. You can sometimes go in with a satin or a shimmery powder, get your glow on. And you know I do that all the time with my Laura Mercier Candle Glow Perfecting Powder. I keep 3 shades of this right here on the side of me at all time. This is shade number 1. I like that underneath the eyes. Shade 2 all over the face. Shade 3 in the contour areas and the side of the nose. Can't tell me nothing about it. And the old favorite, that MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, baby, keep a couple of these too, honey. Look at that. She used to have a hump on her, but I've been using it so much that it's almost gone. And I'm telling you, honey, you can't convince me to believe that baking powders are not life. Baking looks good on everybody. It look good on you, it look good on me. If you say it don't look good on you, come over and I'll do it for you and then we approve otherwise. But I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I honestly did not want to put it out there because many times when you state what's your opinion, you get a lot of backlash from other people. But I'm on a public platform, so chances are everyone isn't going to agree with me. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment down below and we can discuss it then. But with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye YouTube.